Hello, friends, potential funders, finances, and contributors to my GoFundMe campaign to raise capital for my dream to set up an Indo-Swa cuisine restaurant in Mombasa. To introduce myself and my background my name is Muhammad Abdullah Ibrahim, FCPAK and ASIMA. I'm a member of the Institute of Chartered Management Accountants and the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, where I hold the statistical fellow. I have been an accountant for almost 30 years. However, since 2019, I had more than 6 eye procedures in my left eye due to glaucoma related issues. I am a glaucoma patient. I have lost vision in my right eye almost completely, and in my left eye I have some vision, but it's severely impaired also due to damage to the optic nerve. I raised funds on GoFundMe to enable me to go to India to see a specialist. Professor Ramanjit Shorte, for a certain procedure which helps to contain the issue earlier this year. However, I need to go to start earning money and to be able to support myself and my family. So I have decided, although the inability to read smaller print and to look at screens for long periods, whether it's a big screen on a computer screen or the mobile screen for long periods, though I can use it for a short duration to avoid straining my eyes and damaging my eyes further. I decided to set up. I'm a foodie. I love food, as those who know me know me. So there's no shame in that. So I want to set up an Indo-Swa cuisine restaurant, which is a fusion of the various cultures present and prevalent in the Kenyan coast and in the wider Swahili coast of the Indian Ocean and the East African continent. I say Indian because the Indians have played a significant part in the development and history of the cuisine and the foods of the Swahili coast, the fusion of the local Swahili dishes, Swahili coast, and also the Swahili are a mixture of Arabs and the local Mijikenda people and the local people who are living, the native people on the African coast. It's a distinct culture which came up. The Swahili city states used to be from Kismayu to Lamu to Malindi to Mombasa to Tanga, Salaam, Zanzibar, Pemba, Kilwa, Sofala, etc. Well, maybe including parts of Madagascar, Comoros, This was the Swahili coast, where they speak Swahili as a language and a distinct culture which came up. And the Indians who used to be for over 1,000 years, they used to come in the dhows, they called them wahans, with the monsoon winds, and then they go back as the monsoon winds retreat without settling. However, when the Omani Sultan Said Said visited Zanzibar, and then he loved Zanzibar so much that he made Zanzibar his capital. He moved to Zanzibar and made it his capital. So Zanzibar, from his base in Zanzibar, he went to rule Oman. On his death, the domain was split between his eldest son Tuwain, who got Oman, the crown of Oman, the Sultanate of Oman, and the younger one who was Said Bargash, who got his domains on the Swahili coast, in Zanzibar, Pemba, and the coast starting from Kismayu to what is today's Tanzania coast. He challenged the Asians, the Indian merchants who used to come to settle in. There is a book called Through Open Winds by a lady known as Claudia or something. I believe you can get it on Amazon. The history of the various through open doors, who came in and settled. In that book, my ancestor Ali Bai Saji is also mentioned as one of the first two members of the Bohra community who accepted the challenge of the then Sultan Said Said to settle permanently by bringing their families from India on the East African coast. He settled in Mombasa. There were other ancestors of mine from my mother's side, my mother's side, basically my grandmother, my maternal grandmother's side, who has settled in Kismayu, the Mullah Kabais. Also, since about 1850s, 1860s, they have been on the East African coast. They've been in the Kismayu area. They've been in the Kismayu area. Later on, they even came to Mombasa. Then those Indians who came over, they brought their own cuisines, their own spicing, but they would not get exactly what they would get in India. So they developed a mixture of the Arab Swahili spices, and Zanzibar became the clove capital of the world, or even the spice capital, because even cardamom was grown there, cinnamon was grown there through the efforts of Said Said. So the whole that spicing, chili was also there, which the Indians liked, but this spicing mixed with the Arabian spices, cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, black pepper, from the base of the spicing, and the usage of coconut milk. Coconuts were widely grown in that whole area, right from Kismayu to Kilwa in Mozambique. In present day Mozambique, we would say. In those days, it was the whole Swahili coast, and each of them used to have the Swahili sets, and they had their own Sultan of Kilwa, Sultan of Malindi, Sultan of Lamu, Sultan of Mombasa, etc. The Mazrui family, which was of Omani origin, was a strong force in Mombasa, where we are settled. So I want to have a fusion restaurant which has Indian spicy foods, which ethnic Indian spicing and the Swahili spicing together, which develop things like rice in coconut with clove spicing, cardamom spicing, this pilau, the biryani, a specific kind of biryani, not the biryani you'll get them in India or Pakistan or Bangladesh, which are also good, but here these are cooked mainly using the coconut milk and using the Swahili coast spicing, which are slightly less, what do you call it? We call it tikka. Tikka is what? Less hot than the chili spiced biryanis. It's a lovely Swahili coast biryani. I want to have such a restaurant which would have foods like, and also because they use the coconut milk and whatnot, they used to have the red kidney beans in coconut, maragwe wanazi, with either wali wanazi, viazi wanazi, using potatoes in coconut milk. Even the what do you call the muhunya is called wad or ludi in coconut, or mangoes cooked in coconut milk and cardamom. Sweet potatoes cooked in coconut milk, cassava cooked in coconut is starch meal, an alternative to rice or potatoes. It's lovely, lovely, lovely cuisine. I'm sure a lot of people, once they're introduced to it, will love it and like it. And people do like it because a lot of them eat, maybe separately in Swahili restaurants or in Indian restaurants, they would eat the Indian kinds of foods. We also do the moong dal or pojo in coconut. Actually, the maragwe, wanazi and ugali, the sima we call it also, this is basically maize flour, corn flour, cooked as a cake, boiled and cooked as like a cake, together with red beans in coconut milk. It's actually the national dish of Tanzania. You can Google it up. You'll find it's a lovely, lovely dish. So those kind of foods with a bit of Indian spicing, using, see, Indians brought in garlic, ginger, use it in the foods. So you take that and plus the Swahili spicing, Swahili Arab spicing, this food comes out lovely. I want to realize my dream of having an Indo-Swa cuisine restaurant in Mombasa. Therefore, I'm trying to raise funds. My target is for one outlet, I want to have about 3 outlets within the next 12 months. But for the first outlet, I would like to have, I need about 3 million per outlet. Total, I'm trying to raise basically 9 million Kenyan shillings. But we can start with the first outlet with 3 million Kenyan shillings, which is equivalent to something like $25,000 in dollars, or 9 million would become to $75,000, or in pounds it would be 60,000 pounds for 9 million Kenyan shillings, and 20,000 pounds in for one unit. I want to start with 1 unit, see how it goes, and with that, in say 6 months, if it does very well, we can start the second unit in a different area of Mombasa. What my target area is, one in the CBD area of the city center, 1 unit in the Zinj area, and 1 in the Nyali outskirts. I ask for your help and support to get the funding. It both helps a person with disabilities, a person with impaired vision to get back on his financial feet independently, and also it is a starter in a new fusion cuisine restaurant, the Indo-Swa cuisine restaurant. It could even be a global phenomenon in time. Let us see how it goes. As it is said, disability is not inability, and the vision impairment is a physical impairment of the eye. However, the disability is, if you find yourself unable, it is a matter of the mindset. I want to come out of that mindset, so I need the capital to go into business for myself, together with my family, with my brother Ali Abdullah Ibrahim and my nephew Hashim Ali Abdullah Ibrahim. Therefore, please contribute generously to my GoFundMe campaign. I would like to thank each and every one of you who has watched this video for the time, and may God bless all of you, and may God also bless all those who contribute generously. Even if you're contributing £100, $150, it is good. Install funding. Crowdfunding is now the norm in most countries. Please help me restart my career and my life. Thank you. Ameen. Atma Namaste. Please bless all of us. Ameen.